We'll call to order the Effingham County Board of Commissioners meeting, July 17, 2018. It's 5 o'clock. We're right on time. If you'd all please rise for the invocation and remain standing for the pledge of allegiance to the flag. Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you so much for the opportunity to come together again as friends and community to listen to you and conduct the business of this county that it's our pleasure to be a part of and to live in. Thank you for this board and their efforts and their input and their sacrifices. Thank you for those who attended tonight and their desire to be heard. We just thank you for these opportunities before us. We ask that you guide us as we listen, as we understand and the wisdom of our decisions. We ask this in the name of Jesus. Amen. You might want to silence your cell phones. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you very much. Consideration on the agenda to approve a resolution for approval of it. Is there any additions to the agenda or corrections tonight?
There are corrections, Mr. Chairman. We are requesting, staff is requesting to remove old business number 1, the P card policy. And we're also asking to table under new business number.
Let me ask you as a point of order, you have to address on the old business P card policy, since it was tabled, do we not need to take action to remove it? I know this question, I thought you'd come off the table and then take action if you just.
If you do that, it's fine to do that with agenda approval as well, but whichever way you want to do it.
Gotcha. Okay, so we will approve the agenda with item number 1 to be removed. Anything else? I'm sorry.
Yes, sir.
Number 6.
Number 6.
ma'am.
New business number 6. We're requesting to table this item until August the 7th.
August 2nd, you said?
August 2nd.
7th. Okay, so we have the agenda before us. We need a motion to approve the agenda with the removal of old business item number 1 and the tabling of new business item number 6 to August 7th.
7th, yes, sir.
Have a motion?
I'll make a motion that we approve the agenda with renewal of old business number 1 and that we table new business number 6 to August the 7th.
Second.
Motion by Mrs. Jones, second by Mr. Woodward. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, no. And it carries. In consideration now to approve the minutes of the June 19th, 2018 regular commissioners meeting. I have read those minutes. They appear to be an accurate rendering of our business on that day. Are there any correct conditions that you need?
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes for June 19, 2018.
Motion by Mr. Kiefer, second by Mr. Floyd to approve the minutes of June 19th, 2018. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, no. And it carries. We welcome our public tonight. Good to have people from our community come and meet with us and share with us what's on their hearts. Just to remind you to keep your comments, if you could, to the agenda items only. We've got a public hearing tonight, a lot going on. So if you could keep your comments to the agenda, that would be very helpful. And if you could keep those comments other than if we have them in the next special comments. 2 or 3 minutes, that helps as well, so we can make sure we have a chance to get them. Documents for our meeting are located in the clerk's office and they're on the Board of Commissioners website. I think that you can review those and prepare for any business that you come to with us tonight on. And with that, I know it's not 5:15. Can you go ahead and do the appearance or should I leave them down and come back? We'll take care of the consent agenda in case somebody else wants to show up. Okay. So on the consent agenda, we have 2 items. Consideration to approve sanitation releases as submitted by the administrative staff. Number 2, consideration to approve fire releases as approved by the administrative staff. Have a motion?
Make a motion to approve as read. Second.
Motion, Mr. Luther, to approve is read, second, Mr. Kiefer. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, no. And that carries. All right, help me out, Ms. Stephanie. Should we continue to do business to 5:15? And go ahead and do that. Mr. Bagby's here. I don't know.
I'm supposed to start reading these orders and we're trying to get here.
That's what I'm saying.
If we can go into new business and then go back.
Mr. Bagby had you on the agenda. We'll keep moving down to this 5:15 in case anybody else wants to be a part of that discussion. New business, we'll move to new business. Item number 1, consideration to approve to renew a contract with Taylor Business Services Incorporated for verification services.
Ms. Davis, you're up.
Mr. Chairman, Ms. Bevel has just walked in the room, and she should be,
Okay.
you're number 1 on the agenda, ma'am.
I'll read it in real before you say it together. This is consideration to approve to review a new contract with Taylor Business Services Incorporated for verification services.
Yeah, this is the same contract that we bring to you every year. It's a continuation of our audit verification of business personal property. The rates have not changed for 2018-19. I budgeted $19,500 in this year's budget, which was approved. And basically, we're going to audit, let's see, 20 accounts this year, and these are accounts that run between $50,000, and then we have one that we're going to audit that is $50 million. So
And basically, it's the same as we've been paid.
this is the same, right? What we do is we send them the accounts that we want verified, and they go through their books and just verify the information that they've sent to us.
Any questions, discussion from members of the board? Got a motion to approve alternative number 1.
Make motion to approve order number 1. Second.
Motion by Mr. Luther, second Mr. Deloche, to approve alternative number 1. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, no. Motion carries. Thank you, Ms. James.
Thank you.
Item number 2, consideration to approve the contract with Global Television for President-paid telephone and video visitation services.
Good evening, Brianna Charlton, purchasing agent. The county issued a notice of termination letter, due to default to the current inmate phone and video visitation provider on June 19th, terminating the contract on July 30th, 2018. Staff reached out to 2 companies who offer correctional phone and video visitation services. Encartel offer a higher commission but charge a higher call rate, and Global Tellink, who offer a lower commission but all call rates other than international will remain the same. Staff determined it is more beneficial overall to keep the call costs the same and to receive less commission. The term of the agreement is for 5 years from August 1st, 2018 to July 31st, 2023, with 2 additional annual renewals. The contract can be terminated by either party with 30 days written notice. Funding is not required for this contract, and as the County Attorney has reviewed and approved the draft agreement with Global Tellink, staff recommends alternative 1.
Thank you. Any questions or discussions from the members of the board? There's a motion for alternative number 1.
Okay, order number 1.
Second.
Motion, Mr. Luther, for alternative number 1, second, Mr. Floyd. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, no. Any carries. Got a few more minutes to do item number 3, consideration to approve the purchase of radios for fire, EMS, and EMA.
Most of the radios used by fire, EMS and EMA are approximately 12 to 13 years old, and although they are extremely rugged, they have endured 24/7 usage and have reached the end of their service lifespan. In addition, they are no longer supported for repair. The new radios will have a lifespan of at least 10 years, and as they are APX models, they are expected to be supported until 2030. By purchasing the radios in bulk, the total cost savings over list price is 37%, 25% for the state contract, 10% due to the county being a member of CGON, 2% from Motorola Solutions due to the volume purchase. As funding has been approved in the current budget and the agreement has been reviewed and approved by the county attorney, staff recommend alternative number 1. Any questions?
And this will cover everything except the sheriff's office, and we will take care of the sheriff's office later.
Yes, sir.
Right.
Yes, sir.
It's a big number, but I like the 37% savings, so that's good.
That's all. Clint, that's all, Clint.
I know it's needed, I know it's a needed thing for sure. Is the sheriff's office also budgeted?
Yes, ma'am. Both areas were budgeted, but he's not ready to make the purchase. But we did maximize the savings on that chart, so there was no additional savings by.
I just wanted to be sure this was budgeted.
Yeah, and I reached out to him to make sure that he was ready, we were ready to go for his as well, but he's not, so.
Okay.
Okay, so any more questions or questions from the board? Do you have a motion for alternative 1?
I'll make a motion to approve alternative number 1.
Motion by Mrs. Jones, second by Mr. Kiefer for alternative number 1. All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed, no. Motion carries.
Thank you.
Item number 4, consideration to approve a separation agreement between the Effingham County Board of Commission and Thomas Lamar.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Kilmartin resigned on June 22nd, 2018. We met with the attorney and created a separation agreement, and Mr. Kilmartin has agreed to this and signed it. It is a severance pay, and we recommend that you approve the separation agreement, sir.
Very good. Any questions or discussion from the members of the board?
How much money we talking about?
The funding on it is $16,083.34.
Before we start, thank you. It's Mr. Jack. You need to always get the name of who you are in front of the podium so you know who's speaking.
I have a question.
Yes, sir.
Why we never do this? Why, is this a new thing that we don't start with a separation agreement and giving everybody that resigns or whatever, we don't give them all severance pay?
No, sir.
Why, is this a special occasion or what?
Yes, sir. He was a senior executive staff. We hired him out of New York. He was still in his 6-month probation period, but we felt that because of the time frame of it, that this was a fair separation.
How about the separation agreement? Is that something new? We don't usually do that either.
Well, no, we do separation agreements.
We discussed, we discussed in executive session, probably understood that was, we were together.
Well, anyway, we voted on it anyway.
Well, that's good.
I'm against both of those, that's what we do it for everybody.
Oftentimes I'll say this, I'm not typically in favor of it, and I also am in favor of trying to treat similar things. But oftentimes for various reasons, there might be exceptions or things that you would make you want to look at a different way, whether it be to provide less liability to the county in some other medical, or the same token, with needing a finance director, we were getting through the budget process, creating our actual budget. He was integral in that for sure, and had we had to outsource that and pay somebody in an outsourcing measure, then we probably would pay more than this. So I believe he earned that, or I would probably also not be in favor, but in this particular scenario, with the situation that we had, I'm in favor of it.
It was a very critical time, for sure.
I don't want to cut anybody off. Mr. Butler, if you might be anything else, I need to cut you off at all. Just
No, that's fine. I said, we got two hanging out now. We don't give them severance pay, separation pay. We just never done this before.
I think each one's a case by case. You look at the reason, what's the benefit.
And I understand that too, but anyway.
Yeah. Sometimes you will, sometimes I think Ms. Jones has a good explanation. That helps us with that. Any other discussion or comments? Is it alternative 1?
Option 1, yes, sir.
Yes. We have a motion for alternative 1.
Make a motion that we approve option number 1 as presented.
First one, Mrs. Jones, second, Mr. Floyd, for alternative number 1. All in favor, say aye. All opposed, no. No.
Yes.
Okay, the record shows that all in favor of acceptance for locally voted no. So it was approved. And that brings us to 5:15, so I'm gonna pause there and go to the appearance by Mr. Nathan Bagley. Mr. Steve, did you have that slide there where we can point out?
Oh, yes, sir.
Pull that up, if it needs to be done. I'll just give one quick preference, and if you'll state your name for the record as well, Mr. Bagley.
Okay. Have I got control for the arrow up there, or you got that?
Well, I
Okay.
mean, let me see if this,
I think the pointer works on the screen.
yeah, I don't think so.
Okay.
Actually, it does. How about that?
All right.
Okay.
Let me see
Mr.
where.
Bagley's here, he came out this week, he has to be on the agenda. just
Okay.
to
Can point to it.
discuss an
Can you plug
idea
that up a
he would
little
like
bit?
for his
I can make whatever
subdivision
changes, this is GIS,
on
you
the,
can make whatever changes you want, you can click on properties, because those are the property lines.
Okay. I'm going to see right there at Forest Haven.
Yes, sir, it's right in the middle there, but I'll zoom in.
Yes.
I introduced you, you want to introduce yourself a little better?
Yes, my name's Woody Bagley. I'm kind of been elected to give us the information about what we're talking about here tonight. What we're looking at is the Forest Haven Drive, where it's going to join the Effingham Parkway. Right now, the drawings are showing that we're going to tie to the parkway with Forest Haven. And we've got, our group has voted unanimously against not having the tie-in. We would propose that we would rather have a cul-de-sac at the end of Forest Haven rather than us tying into the parkway, just for all the traffic and everything else that it will create in that neighborhood. I've given the package up here with the signatures for people that live on Forest Haven Drive. There's 16 of us, 14 of them have signed the letter. I've left that there for you. Also,
Which two properties did sign?
pardon?
Which two properties up there did not sign?
PV.
No, which, can you point out?
Oh, okay. Let me see. The last one on the left where it hits the parkway.
On the left?
Yeah, that's
This one's,
Sheer, yeah,
this is.
right there.
What was that?
Yeah, and PV, which is, let me see if I can get this.
What was it?
PV.
I got that.
Clay.
What was that? Well.
Mr. Peavy is a maybe, but he hasn't signed anything as of this time. He's further back up Forest Haven. If you're coming in, he would be about halfway in on the left. Got a little pond that sits right in front of his house, but let me see if I can get you his. No, well, I don't have it. He hasn't signed it,
That's all, I
so
just wanted to do the.
I don't remember what his address is, but
I just wanted to do the.
that's the two. But anyway, to get back to our subject thing, we just feel like that's going to be such an impact on us, the residents on Forest Haven, that we would rather just keep our community like it is. We have all moved in there for just the neighborhood effect. We're not interested in being in part of any commercial development or anything else. So we didn't really want to be tied to the parkway, because that would add all kinds of traffic. If you come down Hodgeville in the mornings at 30, it backs up there for a 20-minute wait at that intersection. So a lot of that traffic would be coming through our area.
Here's PV. I'm sorry that I had to refresh the page there.
Okay.
I apologize.
let me see, I was going, Peavy is right along in there.
That's fine.
Okay, and the last one up there is, I think that's it right there.
This one is Mosaic.
Uh-huh. But anyway, what we were proposing is put the cul-de-sac in lieu of tying in to the parkway. That would, I was questioned about, what are the people in Moss Loop and Squirrel Run, what are they going to do? Well, they still got their one entrance. That road is not going to change for them. It'll dump out onto the parkway. They can turn from there and go to either Goshen Road or Highway 30, which most of the time, if you're leaving, if you're going to work or going shopping or something, you're going to go to Goshen Road or Highway 30. So that's where they would be leaving there. There's no reason to come through Forest Haven. We
Other
only
than the
talk.
schools, I guess.
Pardon?
The schools, I guess, would be that direction, right?
The school is a school at Colic Helmet.
Only the elementary, because the others you could get 30. To
Pardon?
High school and middle school, you would be able to go to 30.
Yes, yes.
Right.
Well, I mean, it would, when the parkway's in, it would be easier for anyone back in there to come out, turn left and go down to Highway 30 and go up 30. It would be a little bit shorter. The elementary school on Colic Helmet, we would be adding about 1.2 miles or so to their travel by taking out Forest Haven.
Mr. Bagley, you've given us a list of the 14 names of the people who are interested in having that at the cul-de-sac.
Yes.
And each commission is that. You also have a document here. Did you want to talk to us about that? What
Yes.
it's about?
This is a document that one of our neighbors came up with, Dave Lockhart. He's the one that's on the other side that adjoins the parkway there, that he had sent off some information or sent off a request, and undoubtedly y'all had a meeting on June 8, 2015. I have highlighted the response to that meeting, which was talked about the parkway at that time and a cul-de-sac. I just got this here.
Excuse me, I just want to make a correction for the record. The letter's dated June 8th, but the meeting that the letter's referencing was held on March 18th, 2015.
Yeah, okay. But they were still had the cul-de-sac there in mind, and they said, it says there that once the drawings, we get the preliminaries or get the drawings in, then that would be the time to come back and address this, and that could hopefully be handled with a change order. And then the other highlighted area is the next page, is talking about the noise variance, that there would be something done, some type of noise barrier, so that we wouldn't